Colin Horgan's roundup of urban white elephants prompted many Guardian Cities readers to suggest some he might have missed, revealing a veritable herd of the things the world over, including some perhaps prejudged. Call them calves. You forgot some other great white elephants. Montreal's Olympic Stadium that literally falls apart. Mirabel Airport, built for billions just outside Montreal to replace Dorval Airport. 30 years later, Dorval is still the hub, and Mirabel handles cargo and charters. Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing, the stadiums that South Africa and Brazil built for the World Cup that sit empty or have 15,000 attend matches in 80,000-seat caverns. Glendale Arena in Arizona, which hosts a hockey team no one goes to see and costs $25 million a year to subsidize. Darlington Nuclear Power Plant in Ontario, which makes, when it actually works, power they sell at Aloski Arena in Seattle, renovated for the Sonics, who promptly moved and left empty. Lyautey and Mapasa airports in Milan, splitting the traffic so Milan is a global hub despite being a global business center. Athens Olympic artificial kayaking river. A whole herd of white elephants inhabit cities all over the world. Many readers singled out the Big O, constructed for the 1976 Olympic Games and plagued with problems ever since. According to CBC News, it cannot be used if there is more than 3 centimeters of snow on the roof, meaning it is effectively out of action from November to March. In the last year alone, the Kevlar roof tore 677 times, up from 496 times on the preceding 12-month period, and cost $498,000, £290,000, to maintain. Michel Lebrec, the president of the Olympic Installations Board that oversees the stadium, last month defended the Quebec government's plans to install a new $250 million roof on the steadily deteriorating building by 2023. It's part of what we call the patrimoine. My father, your father, paid for it, built it, he said in response to suggestions it could be more cost-effective to tear the whole thing down. So it's impossible, foolish to think about dismantling it. Montreal made another costly mistake ahead of the 1976 Games. Mirabel Airport, about 24 miles, 40 kilometers, northwest of the city, was intended by federal and municipal governments to replace the existing Dorval Airport and set a new standard for North America. It was the world's largest airport until 1999. But problems became apparent soon after it opened in 1975. The promised high-speed rail line had not been built, meaning it could take well over an hour to reach the city, and with Dorval retaining domestic flights, connections required a bus journey between the two. Eventually, longer-range jets were introduced, meaning flights no longer needed to stop to refuel in Mirabel. By 1997, Dorval Airport had reopened to international flights and Mirabel had been reduced to handling only cargo, though its vast, sparse surrounds lent themselves to cinema. Scenes from the terminal, the 2004 film starring Tom Hanks, and the 2013 zombie romance Warm Bodies were shot there before demolition started on the passenger terminal building. The last piece was raised last year.